This is the only gaming smartphone in the market below 1000 ringgit that has touch capacitive buttons for your game. Seriously, this is the only one. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Honest Tech Show. In today's video, we're taking a look at the Infinix GT 30 which just dropped. Now this smartphone is purely for gamers, and Infinix has put it at such an incredible price. So it's made for gamers who want a smartphone at a budget price. But of course, you're also getting touch capacitive buttons on the top here, which is like your R1 and R2 on your joystick. But on this smartphone is built into the frame of the smartphone itself. And I am really surprised because at this price point, Infinix has given us a feature like this. But what about in terms of performance, in terms of using it on a daily basis? Did Infinix cheap out on anything and remove anything out of here to give us a shitty smartphone with these features? Or is the Infinix GT 30 actually a good smartphone for a really cheap price point for gamers? Stay tuned because in this really short and quick video, I'm gonna reveal to you if the Infinix GT 30 is actually a good smartphone to buy today. So this is the box of the Infinix GT 30. You can see the really big GT logo as well as the GT 30 logo on the top here. It does give you certain information like the 256 gigs of storage you have in here, as well as 16 gigs of RAM. There are a few other informations here as well, including the GT trigger that they highlighted here. And they also instantly tell you that you're getting Infinix AI here as well. Now, the box itself is really premium, looks really beautiful, and the design of it screams gamer. Wow, they really put a lot of effort into designing the box for sure. Now let's unbox it. Now the first thing that I'm getting inside here is the SIM card ejector tool. Wow, and this is really nice. They're giving you a transparent casing. This is the Infinix GT 30 smartphone, which we will take a look at later. There is also your warranty card, your Type-C charging cable. And this is a 45 watts fast charging adapter. So that is everything in the box. Now let's take a look at the design of the Infinix GT 30, and instantly you're able to tell that this is a gaming smartphone just with the electrochromic inspired aesthetic design in the back. Now is this a nice design? Definitely for someone like me who's a gamer, it's really nice. And I love all the chambers and design that you're getting on this, and I believe that if you're a gamer who loves this kind of futuristic designs on your smartphone, this is one of the most beautiful designs a smartphone can give you in the market today. So yes, in terms of design, I will give this a 10 out of 10. Now one unique thing this smartphone has is its mechanical light waves. Now when I turn it on, you'll be able to tell immediately that there will be some light effects in the back here. Now you can change this to customize how you like it, but this is an example of how the mechanical light waves work. Is this a feature you guys will use? Let me know down in the comments below. Now when it comes to colors, there's 3 colors of this smartphone. Mine is the green version, and I really love this color. I think it's the best color on this smartphone. Now for the screen, you're getting a 6.78 inch 1.5K resolution AMOLED display. What that means is a really beautiful screen with rich colors. Now you're also getting 144 Hz refresh rate with this smartphone. That means you can scroll around really smoothly, as well as game in 144 Hz. And what I also love about this smartphone when it comes to gamers is there is this eye care mode that actually allows you to protect your eyes when it comes to the colors, which means for those of you who are gamers who are playing for hours, or if you're just someone who scrolls around using your smartphone every day for hours, you can now scroll around your smartphone, play your games and things like that without harming your eyes too much. Now let's take a look at the camera system that's on the Infinix GT 30. And you'll be getting a 64 megapixel camera on the back, and here are some sample photos that I've taken using this smartphone, and you can instantly tell that even though this is a gaming smartphone, it's able to take really nice photos, and even for video recording is able to shoot at 4K 30 frames per second. And as you can see here with the video that I've shot, it's really beautiful. So I believe the camera on the Infinix GT 30 is fantastic for those of you who want to take photos or videos for uploading to your social media and things like that. It's a really fantastic camera for a smartphone that costs this cheap. Now when it comes to performance on this smartphone, you're getting 16 gigs of RAM. That's 8 gig of built-in RAM and 8 gigs of virtual memory, which will help with games and multitasking and things like that. And for your storage, you're getting 256 gigs of storage. And the processor that this smartphone is using is the Mediatek Dimensity 7400 5G. Just by seeing the specs, you know that this smartphone is going to be able to handle games really well. As well as for those of you who want to run your games in 120 frames per second, I'm very sure you'll be able to run your games in high frame rate, which is why I believe we should straight get into testing the smartphone for games right now. Now before we test the gaming performance, there's one thing I need to show you about this smartphone that makes it really unique when it comes to gaming. That is, if you take a look here as well as here, there are 2 touch capacitive buttons buttons that will act like your trigger buttons on a normal joystick, and that will help you aim as well as shoot your enemies and things like that. You can also custom it to do whatever you want. But this is the cheapest smartphone that comes with your GT trigger buttons, they call it. Basically touch capacitive button that help you aim and shoot and things like that in game. And if you're wondering, this is the cheapest smartphone in the market to give you a feature like this. And at least for gamers, I believe that this two button is really useful when it comes to gaming, because now I'm able to aim my enemies and shoot my enemies really quickly. Compared to using just the touchscreen, with this I'm able to move much quicker and kill my enemies much faster. And let me just demonstrate that for you in game right now, as well as show you how much of frame rate I'm getting in a game like PUBG, just so you'll be able to get some proof that this smartphone is able to run your games at maximum settings and know exactly what you're getting when you buy the Infinix GT30 for gaming. Now on a game like PUBG, I'm able to get 90 frames per second. As you can see here, it says 90 frames per second, so that's really smooth gaming for a game like PUBG for a smartphone at this price point. And I can play it really well, and as well as shooting the enemies. If you take a look here, me using the GT triggers on the top here, I'm able to shoot my enemies much more accurately and quicker. You can see this is the aim button. If I press on the left side, I can aim and shoot my enemies much quicker. Just like that, he's dead and I'm dead as well, because I'm not the best in this game. Let me just get you a little more close up on how I use the GT triggers on the top here. So here he is, and I can just shoot just like that. Okay, I'm very bad at this game, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? The GT trigger buttons, it helps you aim and shoot your enemies much quicker, and just like that I get a kill. As well as here, see, shooting them is so much faster than how they can react. I'm able to move much faster than my enemies, and I believe the GT triggers, even though I'm only playing at 90 frames per second, and even though the enemy is playing at 120 frames per second or whatever, I'm able to move much quicker because of the GT trigger buttons. Now let's test a little bit of Mobile Legends, because Mobile Legends is supposed to get us 120 frames per second on this smartphone. So I'm just gonna enter a game and test it out to make sure that we can actually get 120 frames per second, and to show you guys that 120 frames per second gaming on this smartphone is possible. So this is my favorite character. So just to show you guys, Mobile Legends is running at 120 frames per second, as you can see here. So my entire experience of playing Mobile Legends on the smartphone, as well as gaming in 120 frames per second, is really smooth, as you can see here. And I'm truly enjoying myself when it comes to gaming in 120 frames per second on this smartphone. Now you can also use the trigger buttons on the top here to customize things like your map and things like that. This applies to whatever game you're playing on. The point that I'm trying to show here is I'm able to game in 120 frames per second really consistently, and you can get 120 frames per second gaming on this smartphone. Now also, when it comes to the cooling system in this smartphone that's in here, is using a VCC cooling system, and so far from my usage, it's really able to keep my phone pretty cool during my games play sessions. Even at high frame rates and things like that, it's able to not get too hot. And the reason I say not too hot is because while it gets a little bit warm, it's not too hot that I'm not able to hold this, or it doesn't feel uncomfortable or things like that. I can still play my games really comfortably, and it's not too hot that I'm not able to touch the smartphone anymore. So in terms of cooling system, I really think it's an amazing cooling system that's in the Infinix GT30. It's perfect for gamers if you ask me. Now there's also a 5500 milliamps of battery in here, and if you're doing normal things like your daily tasks of scrolling around, adding notes, messaging, text, things like that, social media here and there, you can very easily get one full day of usage and probably be left with 20 to 30% of battery at the end of the day. But if you're gaming really heavily, from my usage, I game the hell out of this thing just to test it for you guys. The battery is able to last up to 6 or 7 hours at maximum. So by the time it's 7 hours, you're left at about 10%. That's for the more heavier games like PUBG Mobile Legends, which I've tested on this smartphone. But it's still pretty good because you're getting 6 to 7 hours of really intense gaming on a gaming smartphone like this. And you don't have to worry too much, because if the battery dies off, you can just plug in the charger and you're getting 45 watts supercharged fast charging. And as you can tell, the battery goes up really quickly, as you can see here. So 0 to 100 in about an hour to fully charge is really quick. In fact, every time I'm trying to charge this smartphone, I'm able to charge it fully in less than an hour. Now, I know some of you are curious about the AI features that's in here. Now you will be able to get a lot of AI features, as you can see here. If I go to Infinix AI, you have everything you need. Let me just scroll a little bit slower so you can tell and take a look at everything that you're getting in here. Things like your voice assistant, your call assistant, translation, writing assistant, your AI notes, recording summary for your meetings and things like that. AI gallery to edit your photos with AI. Everything you need from AI on a smartphone is in here. Now, of course, the most common one, my favorite, will be to just long press the right here and you'll get your DeepSeek R1 AI, which is your 4lex voice assistant, which you can ask it anything you want and it will answer you immediately, just like that. So AI on the smartphone and everything else you may need works very, very well. Now, if you choose to get this smartphone, you will also get the Infinix GT Pro gaming kit that will come together as a included bundle for free. Now, inside here, if you open, you will get two things. The first thing would be this really gamer looking casing that's really, really cool. Now, this is a hard casing, and if I plug it in, you'll be able to tell that that looks really, really beautiful. Like, it's a gaming case, but it's really, really sleek and really, really premium, together with a MagSafe cooling system at the back here. And what that is for the GT cooler that goes at the back here. So this now becomes your full-on gaming setup. And if you want to heavily game on the smartphone, you can just connect it like this. The moment you connect like this, you'll be able to cool your smartphone much quicker, and all the frame rate of your games goes up. So as long as you're connected to the charger, you'll be able to activate faster gaming performance for your smartphone. So immediately the performance, like I said, will shoot up and give you better performance using the smartphone. And of course, it makes your smartphone look really, really cool. So from a distance, if anyone is looking at you, they will be really impressed with what they are seeing. This is one hell of a gaming monster smartphone. So there it is, the Infinix GT30, which is a fantastic gaming smartphone for everyone who wants a smartphone that can game at a really budget price. And the design is really, really beautiful as well. To be honest, I'm quite surprised because Infinix is able to give us a smartphone with all these incredible features like the GT trigger buttons, a beautiful, beautiful screen, and the performance of the processor is fantastic for high-end gaming as well. How Infinix has given us all of this for a really, really cheap price point, I have absolutely no idea. But what that means is those of you who choose to buy the smartphone, you're actually winning because you're paying a really, really cheap price for a really strong and powerful smartphone. Plus, it gives you the GT triggers and a great camera system and things like that as well. So do I think the Infinix GT30 is a smartphone worth buying? If you're a gamer and you want to game at really high frame rates and things like that, I really believe the Infinix GT30 is one of the best budget smartphones when it comes to gaming. So yes, for gamers, I believe you should buy this smartphone. I can give you a personal guarantee that you will be 100% satisfied if you choose this smartphone for gaming. And if you want to take a look at the Infinix GT30 Pro, perhaps check it out, get it at a discounted price as well, please click the QR code here as that will support my channel. This QR code will bring you to the product page so you can read more about the smartphone, check it out before you choose to buy it. And of course, if you want to buy it at the end of the day, it comes with a discount code as well. And like I said, if you scan the QR code, you will also support my channel as well. And of course, as always, please subscribe to the channel as that will allow me to get my hands on more cool smartphones that I can review on this channel. Thank you guys for watching my video today. Please comment down below if you have any questions. I will promise to get back to you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!